All right, we're live. I'm Grandmaster Magesh Panchanathan, and we have Coach Henry Hopson from Kings and Queens Chess Academy live for Challenge Your Chess Coach.
Yes. And Magesh, I think the coaches are going to do very well today. I don't see us losing any games.
I like this. We should take this challenge. No losing any games. Well, I was doing so great last time until I decided to accept the last three fateful games, and I was losing all three. And of course, I see Chess Boy is already ready. He's like, I hope I can beat Magesh again. Not so sure, my friend. It happens once in a while. I'm not letting that happen again.
Did you play that game after the stream with the 2400 guy?
I did play a game and he had to leave, so I was actually worse. So
Okay.
we took a draw, and I said, okay, this is good. We call it quits and we move on.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. So guys, a couple of quick announcements before we get started. You guys all know how this works. You can challenge the coaches. It's going to be again Coach Emmanuel and Coach Luis. Coach Emmanuel is a national master, rated 2200, and Coach Luis is about 1800, but probably on the rise. But he does have sometimes plays slowly, so chances of trying to flag him has happened in the past. I should not have mentioned that, right? I should not have mentioned that. Just as I said that, I realized it. Like I said, I want to just make a couple of announcements. We are planning to start a Kahoot, and I mentioned this yesterday. I wanted to post it out with a schedule, but I preferred to wait for this first. So at the end of this show, I will post it for the Kahoot. I was initially thinking of doing it on Saturday, but I'm thinking now we'll do it on Sunday. So the idea is to do it Sunday at noon. So we will do a Kahoot, and you guys can join in and you can all participate. I was initially thinking Saturday, but we moved it to Sunday. And also, another quick thing to say is next week we have a lot of activities coming up. We have a mastermind chess camp for 1500 plus. We have an advanced chess camp for 1000 to 1500. We have a regular chess camp for everyone else. We have beginner workshops, and someone who I'm observing probably started playing a game. This is not our coach. This was a random game that I was looking at. So I am going to start by saying you guys can start challenging our coaches. Let's see if any game has started. Looks like Coach Emmanuel has started, Henry, yeah?
They both started.
Oh, they both started, okay.
We're 10 moves in.
I'm really slow. I'm actually seeing a game between Daniel Nerditsky and Hans Niemann. That looks like really, really a cool game. And of course, Daniel is up like 45 seconds in a queen and pawn game, which I'm pretty sure he'll flag his opponent. I shouldn't be looking at it in a random way. But I'm sorry, it was too tempting. Let's move on to our coaches.
Okay.
Yeah. We have Coach Emmanuel playing against 2013 MBK, which is Manish, I believe. Yeah. What do we have here? Looks like we have, I'm going to just quickly go back to the opening. So we have some kind of a knight f3, g3, b, d4 setup. c3, okay. So bishop g5, bishop takes f6. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's go on to the live game. Queen b3 check. Black is pretty solid, yeah? You're looking at Emmanuel's game, right?
Yeah. It looks like black. Is black going to play e4? Black.
Yep. E4 looks like the most natural move. I would probably not trade. I'd probably play knight e5, I think.
Knight e5, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Keep the knight, yeah. Even though, I mean, I think black's structure is great, but I'm still worried about the bishop on c8. I think that's a little bit of a problem. It's going to be too difficult to get that out.
So
Ansh is asking is Ansh is asking if 213 MBK is Manish. That's right. That is Manish.
So does black really want to go full pawn storm here, or are they just gonna sit on a nice center?
Probably just sit on. I don't think full pawn storm is possible, particularly with the bishop stuck there. Oh, in the meantime, looks like Coach Luis already opened his account and won a game.
Nice. And Coach Emmanuel is sneakily attacking the rook on f8. I don't know if you're still looking at that.
Oh, okay. I was quickly looking at Coach Luis's game and how he won. Looks like he won with a nice knight 4 on f6. picking up a piece.
Nice. Speaking of picking up a piece, you might want to look at Coach Emmanuel's game.
Oh, let's go back. Rook d6. Oh, you were talking about the sneaky little attack on f8, yeah?
Yes.
Very sneaky. Coach Emmanuel is very tactical. If you guys haven't played, be very careful. He's attacking and he's creating threats all over the place, and we have a fork.
Yep. I think one of the hardest things about chess is that you can play a lot of good moves in a row. Like Black didn't do anything that crazy. They had a good position, and then just one oversight, whole game goes out the window.
Right. There is a saying that says you can play like 99 good moves and one bad move and still lose the game, right? Yeah, it's a very hard thing in the sense, like, most other places, if you do 99 good moves, you probably win.
Right.
Okay, so
27. But okay,
that looks like a mouse slip, yeah. Coach Luis is not playing a game, guys. You can challenge Coach Luis. I see a question about Kahoot. Yes, I'm going to schedule the Kahoot right after this. I left this the scheduling out because I was doing this. Right after this is done, we are going to put out the Kahoot schedule, and we can have a lot of people who can do it. And so yeah, you guys can join in. I still don't see anyone challenging Coach Luis. Go on, challenge and play games, guys. You don't have to wait for anyone at this point.
Sarika, you see the chess.com IDs underneath the coach's name? So Emmanuel is BM223344. If you just go on chess.com live chess, then you can type their name in and challenge them.
Absolutely.
Or just go straight to their profile and click challenge, either one.
We have a game that has started. Ayush has started a game with Coach Luis.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at the opening really quick. Oh, we have the Scotch Gambit. Ayush is going for the Scotch Gambit. It's a very known position, I guess. I've played this position several times from Black, and it's actually quite tricky. I'm kind of curious to see how Coach Luis is going to handle this, because if the bishop on c5 gets traded, it becomes extremely tough for Black to play this.
Yeah. That's why I switched from playing d5 there after e5 to just playing knight e4, because I thought the bishop b5 was a little annoying with the pawn structure.
Oh, okay. But looks like he blundered a pawn, yeah? Can I just not take bishop takes d4? Yeah, that's what happened. So it's kind of interesting. I know Black is up a pawn, but White's bishop and knight. I don't know why he's not playing knight to d2. Seems like the most natural developing move, yeah?
Just to challenge the knight.
Challenge the knight. The only strong piece that Black has.
Right. And I guess I want to play bishop f5, but could you play g4 then? Like against knight d2.
After knight d2, bishop f5 and g4, is it?
Yeah,
that looked quite interesting actually. But I can play knight takes d2, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because g4 would be hanging. I guess we were talking about this particular position early on. Yeah, I guess knight d2 directly, bishop f5 and g4 is what we were talking about. Okay, moving on. So Coach Luis has kind of created a very strong position for the bishop. Now I'm clearly in favor for Black.
Yeah, the bishop is really well anchored on that square.
Monster bishop on e4.
But it's kind of tough. It was either that or let the knight be a monster on e4, right?
I know, but if he had challenged a little bit ahead of time, I think maybe he could have done something. But maybe f5 was required. That brings a good point. f5 was a good move, would have stopped the bishop. I'm just going to go back really quickly to show everyone. So right when bishop captures e6, White lost a pawn, but this would have been a nice move. Really sending the bishop back and then knight to d2 challenging this knight. So that bishop would not have been active. But now look at that bishop, too strong. Opposite color bishops, it's always attacking side winning. But why is he giving up the pawn on a7? And Ayush is not taking it. I would have taken the pawn on a7.
I can answer that question for you, Magesh.
Yes.
Nobody saw that the pawn was hanging, including me. Okay, Luis finally noticed and plays a6.
Yep, he's like, I'm not giving that pawn anymore. Wait, is Coach... okay, now I see Coach Emmanuel playing a game against Dinesh. I'm going to go there. Oh, Dinesh, what happened to your king side? Coach Emmanuel, on the other hand, is happily grabbing on a7. If you look at the game.
He did not miss his chance.
He is not letting you slip. If letting one slip if you give up a7. So he takes it, and he's opened up the position quite a bit.
Yeah, the structure on the queen side is just ridiculous. So that happened after he castled there?
Hopefully? Yeah, after he castled, he allowed bishop takes a7. So in this case, I would say Dinesh's mistake was his queen's placement was probably a little odd. I know he played probably the Scandinavian, yeah, because his queen is out there. But queen e6 is really not a very common move. Even though he did manage to ruin White's pawn structure, right? I think the problem was he didn't consider this discover attack seriously. I think that's where he got into trouble. Okay, let's go to the live position. That looks pretty difficult. And in the meantime, Ayush fell for a maiden 1. I don't know what is queen to d3. Ah, he's... You have to see this move, Henry. You have to go to Ayush's game.
Oh, queen d3. Oh. Trying to provoke bishop takes queen.
This is the definition of hope chess. This is the poster picture of hope chess. Guys, we don't want this. What Ayush you're trying to do is to, if the black bishop takes the queen, you take the rook and then you checkmate. But there is no reason for black to do that. So
yeah, we cannot play the moves like it doesn't have any other idea. Like you can set a trap for your opponent if it was a good move in the first place, right? If a trap just occurs naturally as the course of you playing good moves. But queen d3 is a bad move in every respect.
Exactly. Actually, that's a good point that Coach Henry just brought up. You should set up a trap as part of your bigger plan. You know, if you look at strong players play a game, they don't play any trap because that's their main idea. They're doing something else. They're bringing a rook somewhere. They're bringing a piece somewhere. And along that plan, they spot a trap. And they use those kind of traps. And that's the way to use traps, right? In this position, Ayush, you are not lost by any means. I mean, you're down and you're probably defending, but it's only one pawn and you could have pushed on, okay? So you should be careful about that. Our students are a little slow to challenge our coaches today, yeah?
Yeah, I think they're scared of the beatdowns that they're getting.
Henry's really pushing the buttons down. You really want them to do this, right? So far we're keeping up our good record.
Absolutely, yeah. 4-0.
We got Chess Boy playing against Emmanuel. Let's see what happens here.
Is Chess Boy Boss Pineapple?
That's right. Chess Boy Boss Pineapple, aka Arman.
Okay.
So we got the Nimzo with bishop to d2 and c5. Okay, black looked okay until c5. I'm not so sure about c5.
Why not?
Because white has a pair of bishops and black's for example, after c5 I might think c4 is like a response I would really look for white, because I really want to open up the position, right? Because my two bishops is really strong. Even if you manage to trade knight takes d2 and queen takes d2, I still think my bishop on g2 would be really strong. So in these type of positions, maybe just c6 and bring your knight to c4 would have been a lot more, positional slow play.
So you're just saying the bishop is so good on the long diagonal, you don't want the center to fall apart totally.
Absolutely. Now again, I guess white has c4. Emmanuel has c4. He didn't play c4. A move that would have opened up the position again. So black's hope, I guess, is the compensation on the c3 pawn, right? Which is kind of weak.
Yeah, but it seems like it's gonna, get got with c4 before anything happens.
Okay, so he eventually got c4 in. And now black actually cannot take it, so okay, he went back.
Right, the rook would be trapped if he took it, right?
That's right. Just to show everyone, if pawn captured, bishop captures b7, basically traps the rook, because the only square would be rook d8, and then you go bishop to c7, and that rook is yours. I'm going to look at Coach Luis's game. He's playing against. Magesh is playing Coach Luis now. We got our London system, which transposed into the perk defense.
Interesting. Yeah, I like E3 and E4.
I know he played knight C3 setup, I guess. Yeah, so that brought him this. By the way, can you go to move 7, Henry? I think maybe there's a chance of this center fork.
Knight takes E4.
Yeah, I think that should be a pretty good move here. I don't see any problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knight takes and pawn push. I think black is a lot more ready to do it. So given bishop to D3, I think that's a little passive. Bishop B5 is possible. Bishop D5 is possible. This is move 11. Sorry, move 12. I think Manish has to probably play a little bit more active. Bishop D5 is okay. Knight takes D5, knight takes D5. Yeah, you throw your knight into D5. Bishop B5 also looks pretty strong. You know, send the queen to E6, blocking his own bishop.
Yeah.
And the classic mistake is allowing knight G4 and knight takes E3. I think I've seen this way too many times. You have to know in this structure, the bishop on E3 is a lot stronger. I'm looking at move 14, Henry, in their game.
Mm-hmm.
The bishop on E3 is a lot stronger. They allow this knight G4 move, and then I think that's basically...
So could white not have held on to the bishop with bishop G5?
That's right, yeah. Bishop G5, bishop H4, and bishop G3, right?
Yeah, would that have been better? I mean,
I'm not so sure, yeah? Would the bishop... Actually, yeah, I actually agree with you. I would keep the bishop. Even though the bishop on G3 doesn't look so strong, I think at this point, keeping the bishop would be a slightly better option. I don't like to give this bishop. Pawn takes. I'm not so sure what pawn takes is about. I guess he wanted to open the F file, but it's just really not much. So at this point, it looks like it's not going very well. Let's go back to boss pineapple. Okay, so now this looks like a positional domination, yeah?
Yes, definitely. The B7 pawn. Big weakness.
Was bishop G4 possible? No, bishop G4, rook D4, I think. Nothing special.
So
the funny thing here is, even though this looks like white's completely dominating, black is only one move away, one step away from actually getting a nice positional advantage himself, which is trade the light square bishop. Right? If light square bishops have gone, I think black's knight would be much better than the white bishop, yeah?
Okay. And the B7 pawn wouldn't be so weak.
Yeah, but right now it looks like bishop F4 was a pretty strong move. Rook to D6, okay. Are we seeing a chance to pick up a pawn? Can I go knight C4? No, knight C4 loses to rook B3, I think. Knight C4 loses to rook D3. Oh, also bishop D5 check. I was thinking rook D5, rook D3 would give a double attack, but yeah, this is good enough. Nice. Okay, so boss pineapple is trying to play a bunch of fast moves, I guess. Yes. He's trying to flag him.
Yes. I mean,
this is still a little interesting.
Yeah, it's still a time scramble. I think Emmanuel has been in enough time scrambles. I definitely put my money on him up a piece here.
Yeah, and also now he's up time. He's up 4 seconds, so I think he got this.
Yep. You know, Magesh, I drew this endgame as black against Coach Ben once.
Did he fall for a stalemate trick?
Yep.
Well, that's the most common.
Ben is about plus 20 on me in our lifetime record, so I don't feel bad.
Okay, so we got Anshi Boy. I'm guessing it's Ansh. And Luis is challenging everyone, saying, I'm on fire today on chat. I like that. Coach Luis is on fire. And he won as black and he took the queen. Okay. So let's see who he can play, who's playing against him now. I already see people challenging me. Guys, not yet. We usually don't do that yet.
Yes, I'm getting some as well.
If we start accepting challenges right now, we won't even get to see our games. So It'll be a bunch of us playing Blitz on our own and not talking.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Anshi Boy is doing. Anshi Boy. Man, so many of them are playing this line. This, well, this is not exactly the Scotch Gambit, yeah? So he plays c3, d4, and then e5. Bishop a6, I guess? I'm trying to remember the move here. He played bishop to g4 on move 10. Don't they play bishop a6 after knight takes d2? If I remember right, I think you have to take on d2 and then go bishop a6. Because white doesn't have a light squared bishop, right? So you go bishop a6, you really stop white from castling. So that could be very useful. So one more time, the knight on e4 might come in.
Yeah, absolutely. This seems like, well, at least we don't have the light squared bishop to really super bolster it with bishop f5.
Bishop e3, interesting. He's tempting Coach Lewis to take on e5, so hopefully he can get his own knight on e5.
Yeah, do you think f6 from Coach Lewis was a good move? Because I think I never really can take on e5, right? I don't want to allow knight e5.
Good point. Well, actually, he could have still played some queen e7, rook e8. Eventually, maybe some c5. With c5 and f6, everything can be broken. Now, the problem is, I do believe that black bishop is also dead. So, it has to be pretty careful, yeah? If white is able to play b4, the famous Capablanca game, the famous, was it? Not English. English is Steinitz. English Steinitz was a double bishop game. I'm trying to remember the Capablanca game. I forgot his opponent's name. But there was a bishop that was stuck on like g3 and he just killed it. For example, if white can play b4, right?
Yeah.
And hold on to that structure, the bishop never gets out. That's it.
Right. You never play c5.
You never play c5. But so imagine the white pawn goes to b4 and the pawn on e5 actually is on c3. That would really kill the bishop, yeah? It cannot even attack on d4. That's the kind of structure Capablanca had.
Interesting, yeah. Okay. And there's no pawn break against it. I mean,
absolutely. And then he just started playing on the other side completely, right?
Right, because you're just down a piece.
Yeah. But I like what Coach Louis is doing. g5 and g4. Whew. Queen's coming in, maybe, yeah? Unless I can do pawn takes g4, and throw in knight g5. Is that crazy? Can I do it? I think knight g5 was possible. Knight takes g5, then queen takes g4, pinning the knight.
Wow, complicated. Really not h5 there. Oh.
Knight g5 and h5, you mean?
No, knight g5, knight takes, queen takes g4. Oh, h5 doesn't hold my knight.
H5 doesn't work. This would be hanging. H6 was possible, but then f4 followed by bishop takes d4 check and king h1. It looks quite complicated, like you said. It's not easy at all. Very confusing position. But now I think he gave up the e5 pawn. Why did he give up the e5 pawn? That was a mistake.
Yeah. So here the open g file should be good for black, right? Or no?
Open D file, you said?
The open G file.
Open G file, yeah. No, with the pawn on E5, I really liked white's position, but without the pawn, now I think black's position has to be really strong. Open G file, the bishop, the knight. Some kind of forced checkmate, hopefully coming up soon. Oh, we completely ignored Coach Emmanuel's game in the meantime.
Yeah, it looks like white is one move from flagging in that game as well.
Oh, that's right. It's game over.
I don't know why Luis is thinking. In that position, you play rook g2 check, and then they flag things.
Best way to flag. All right, what do we have in Coach Emmanuel's game? We have a big endgame. Coach Emmanuel is what's up with him on double bishops today? All in games. He's converting. So let's go back a little bit. Ayush lost a couple of pawns. I want to see where. The first one looks like he lost on a7. Okay. And then
Well, this is a nice pattern. Look at the knight being totally dominated by the bishop and then won with b3.
The end position?
Yeah, the live position right now is definitely.
Okay, yeah.
The knight
gets killed with this, yeah? Beautiful. Knight gets trapped. Okay, so far we are keeping up your promise, Henry.
Absolutely. I think I give confidence to the coaches.
Yes. Our belief in them is what is required. Glowing Gactor is back. And who's playing Coach Emmanuel? ChessPen2111 is playing Coach Emmanuel. Right, so do we have the same similar openings in both E4, E5 structure in both games? We got the Ruy Lopez.
Yes, finally not a Scotch gambit.
I know. Even though I'm not so sure, in a blitz game, maybe Scotch gambit is what we want.
I always avoid the closed Ruy Lopez whenever I can. Like I never play D6 unless they play D3 because I'm scared of them. I don't know, just torturing me forever.
Well, I played this for about 20 years, so.
Really? You didn't play the Marshall or something?
Nope, I never played the Marshall. I was basically scared to play the Marshall. I think I would have liked the Marshall, given the kind of initiative and attack it had.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was it was too much work. More than scared, actually, I was lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to call it more efficient, actually. I should just call, like, we should change the name, right? Not playing the Marshall as well. So a more efficient way of playing. Pawn takes e5. I don't know if that's a great move. I'm not sure if I would have taken pawn takes e5. I think d5 is probably more natural, yeah? In move 10.
A lot more typical.
I'm looking at move 10 in Coach Luis's game.
Yeah. So what do you think about Coach Luis's decision to hop in with knight d3? I mean, he did it as soon as white played knight d2. He's like, knight d3, grab the bishop.
Yeah, I would do that too. That bishop is strong, right? The thing is, it basically gives you more options. You get that bishop out of the way. I think it gives you more options. As the position opens up, black is better than white because of the pair of bishops. So, yeah, I think knight d3 and maybe he didn't have to take. Oh, he had to because rook e3 attacked the knight. Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Now, try to play some c5 and c4 and eventually break through with d5, and I think rook e8 was played. That f7 looks a little juicy.
Yeah.
But luckily, nothing happening, right?
Yeah, we have no knight g5 or anything.
Nothing special happening. Okay, let's move on a little bit to see what's happening with Coach Emmanuel. Looks like he is totally crushing it. Oh,
yep,
okay.
That is a fork.
That was even more of an ouch moment. So he already has this great pawns. At this point, this is already kind of winning. But he finished off with this nice fork. Rook c7, knight d5. You take here. Knight goes, wins a bishop and wins a whole rook. And that's where it ended for ChessPen. Let's go back to Coach Luis. Ah, look at that. Just like we talked about. Now the position is completely opened up. And we have the two bishops. Now we can talk about the game English Steins. A classic game. If you haven't studied it, I would really recommend you looking at it. It's a beautiful game just to show how you play and kind of defeat the knight. I mean, playing double bishop versus bishop and knight is all about the knight. You kind of kill the knight and then you get in a good position. As simple as that. And also there's a very cool idea to remember. Since white has a light squared bishop, you don't want to open up any light squares for the knight. So usually it's good to keep your pawns on light squares and control those squares. Because dark squares, if the knight gets any dark squares, you can just use your bishop to kick the knight out. But if the knight ends up on a light square, it's usually tough. Because the bishop on d5 will kind of help.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's see if any of that becomes relevant in this. I guess rook to c2 is coming up. But did he miss bishop to c5? Bishop to c5 looked pretty strong. He still has that idea anyways, I think, yeah. The rook is too active.
Yeah, now when bishop c5, there's not even going to be a rook f1. So. Yeah, bishop c5 now, right?
and basically lost, right? Yeah.
All right, you found it.
And he's up on time too. So, but the problem is if all the coaches keep this up, Henry, we have to keep it up. The pressure is on us.
Yeah.
If Emmanuel and Luis are going to keep this up. Okay, Emmanuel is playing Anshi Boy. Next game has started. Ooh, again, lots of solid games. Look at that. I mean, just a symmetrical pawn structure, only one open file, and I like how Coach E has really lined up the rooks on that open file. Yeah. I don't like White's knights placing on c3, yeah?
Yeah, did they do that immediately?
Let me see when they did that.
Yeah, straight on move 5.
Yeah, very early. Yeah? So in the exchange variation, knight c3 doesn't make so much sense. Unless you plan to go knight e2, knight g3, something very quickly. Your knight should not be there for a longer period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's better. I mean, you can play like super symmetrically like bishop d3 and castles, but you can also play c4 after knight f3, knight f6.
That's right. C4 is very common, right? That's more dynamic. Okay, knight f4, we have more trades, I guess. Bishop takes, and rook takes, knight takes. Everything looks pretty equal, right? Wait, we got a draw. How did the game end in a draw?
Whoa.
What? He blundered his rook, did he? I'm gonna go back.
I don't understand. Black is winning. Why does
he was crushing it until he played? Okay, he's still completely crushing it.
Yeah, 2 bishops versus rook. Why are we what?
I think Coach Luis just got scared at some point. Because he has 7 seconds to 4 in the end, he repeated.
Oh, maybe he thought it was more of a time scramble than it was. Like maybe he was already pre-moving back and forth trying to flag. Yes. I want to hear from Coach Luis. Was this an accidental draw by repetition? Oh, he says he couldn't risk it.
Yeah, he says he couldn't risk it. Come on, Coach Luis.
You got bishops. Put him in check. Put him in check. He runs out of time.
You can risk it. Go for the risk.
Risk it here. It's really tough to hold back these bishops. Just check, attack the rook, in a time scramble, those bishops crush. And
yeah, bishops are too strong, right? Absolutely. Ayush is happy that they got at least a draw. Well, if I don't manage my time better, you will get more points. All right, Coach Luis is playing Dinesh. Ooh, what do we have? Good old Philidars. Not actually Philidars, because you play knight c6 and then d6. So Philidars, they usually go d6 and knight to d7. So I guess Steinitz variation. Actually, bishop b5 and d6 is a Steinitz variation, but this is. I have no idea. He played d6 and then he played h6. This looks like one of your openings, Andres.
What? How does this look like one of my openings?
One of those openings that you play or Ben plays that I have no clue about.
I'm just trying to play e5 main lines. Okay, but I do. Oh my goodness.
Oops.
There goes bishop f7. Yeah. All right. So this is why, like, you got to develop your pieces. Like h6. I always see people play this. They're so worried about knight g5. Well, I mean, meet knight g5 by developing your pieces and get ready to castle. Right. Don't spend so much time on d6, h6.
Absolutely. I think h6 is just a little. Maybe I would say like very early players. Very early players could think about playing h6 because you want to stop knight g5. I'm just going to go back to that position to show everyone. So this is the position that we were talking about. h6 basically stops knight g5. And it's not a bad idea because knight g5 is usually a very troubling idea on taking on f7, and most beginners have to worry about it. But I think you guys have to go past that. I think at this point, maybe bishop. Actually, right now, knight g5 is not even a threat because knight h6, yeah?
Yeah, you can meet it with knight h6, yeah. Not until as long as you don't play knight f6 there. I think if you play knight f6 there, then knight g5 would be a problem.
Would be pretty big deal, yeah.
Start bishop e7, then you can play knight f6 castles, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, bishop e7 is possible, but there are some variations in bishop e7. You have to be very careful about some queen d5 threats.
Queen d5, yeah.
Because with the bishop on e7, queen d5 will become unstoppable, mate.
And now knight h6, there's bishop takes h6. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like this is pretty lost, yeah? It's just down a piece and playing on. I'm going to go on to see, okay, Coach Emmanuel beat Anshi Boy on time. It's actually a pretty decent game up to that point. If Ansh had time, maybe it would have been interesting. More time would have been interesting. So it looks like we have fewer players, which means all of you might get to get multiple games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I see Manish is getting his third game, which is good. You're here to play with the coaches, so go for it. If new players are not challenging, absolutely you can go for it.
Now, Magesh, you remember, did I say the coaches weren't going to lose any games, or did I say we were going to win every game?
Good point. Whatever is the most convenient right now. I think we said we will not lose any games.
Okay, so we're still undefeated. Excellent.
That's right. Luis is also trying to keep up with the chat while he's trying to win his games. So
that's tough. That's very tough.
Coach Luis is free. If you guys want to challenge him, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Dinesh is saying I can't chess today. I'm assuming is I can't play chess today. Dinesh, yes, the tactics was not so good. Too early. You missed it too early. That's okay. We all have tactically bad days. Let's see what's going on with Coach Emmanuel against Manish is playing white against Coach Emmanuel. Let's see. That center looks scary to me.
Yes, 3 big pawns in the center.
Ooh, Queen D2.
Queen D2.
No. Solid games coming to an end like this.
Yes.
Queen D2. We have Sai is online, so I'm sure Sai will join in quickly for a game. I like how he's still trying to play.
Yes. All
okay.
Right.
The checkmate threat did it. He stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Stunning frame. Who's stunning frame again? We have a 24-36 playing.
That's
Stunning frame is the person I was playing last week. I forgot his name.
Yes.
AP. That's right. AP is in and he's playing a game against Coach Luis. This could be a tough one, yeah?
It could be, yeah. AP, you're supposed to challenge Coach Emmanuel.
Yes. Might be a better one.
I'm sure that we'll get an interesting game here. Yeah, so now we have a quiet Italian instead of a loud Italian, right? D3.
And it looks already like game over for Emmanuel. I mean, for Luis. This is a very cool queen swinging around. But interestingly, he didn't take the pawn. He played bishop takes f6 instead of playing knight takes f6 and taking the free pawn. I guess he has higher hopes for his knight.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably just taken the pawn. I'm talking about this position. Knight takes f6 followed by bishop takes h6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't play bishop to g4. Probably a better option, but okay. I think Luis has managed to, swing this to a reasonable point at least, yeah?
Yes. But yeah, I'm just surprised at how quick. I mean, white, I guess normally you see them castle and play rook e1 before they do the knight maneuver, but white just went straight for it and it worked out really, really well.
That's right, and I'm going to show that really quickly to everyone. What Coach Henry is talking about is this. Usually you castle, go rook e1 and then bring the knight in. And in this game, the knight just kind of went in, bishop went to g5, knight went to h5, or usually it goes to f5 too. So that worked pretty nicely for white. But I have to say it got interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, we have the 2 bishops, right? I mean, we can keep, well, I was going to say we can keep the king side kind of closed, but I don't think we can.
I think I might prefer black because the bishops are pretty strong. I mean, it's very dynamic with the knights creating some pressure, but...
Right.
Okay, right now he's threatening knight e5, I guess, yeah? So free pawn maybe? Or knight e5 can be met with... Yeah, no, knight e5, queen e8, he loses a piece. Ooh, pawn takes g4. Coach Luis is really in a adventurous mode. I would not have done that. What? Okay. What is he doing? I don't know what he was doing. Why would you give up that bishop, Coach Luis? You cannot do that. That was a great bishop. So going back to this point, I think pawn takes... This is a critical point in the game. I don't know, maybe F4 was cool. F4 would have been a good idea. Followed by E4. I mean, the pawns are rolling, and the bishop on g6 is keeping an eye on this king too. I mean, one check along the long diagonal. By the way, I'm looking at move 19 or 18 with the two pawns on f5 and e5, Henry. That's what I'm looking at, and it looks like
think about f4.
Yeah, I'm thinking about f4, or actually not even do anything, just like kind of maintain that position. Yeah. Actually, if you wanted to take on h5, it makes a lot more sense to take directly, right? In that move 18, bishop h5 would have been possible. Would still leave black with a better pawn structure. Anyways.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that may make sense. And then you can occupy the g file more, right?
Okay, so he kind of gave up his queen for some compensation, but I'm not sure if he has any compensation. He has to put his bishop on b6 to protect his pawns, but a6 is lost. Actually, you know what? He might have some with the e-pawn. So, not completely over, but
yeah,
close to lost. Let's see how this position is handled. e3.
Should be interesting.
Very interesting, yeah? Because now I think a3 or b3 or something is kind of almost forced. Good, he played it because e2 was a threat. Very strong threat.
Right, with rook f1 next.
What do you think? Rook d2, very interesting. Still threatening e2, I guess.
Yeah, maybe trying to get bishop f2.
Makes sense. Well, you have to really watch out to not lose his rook to a check. But
yeah,
Coach Louis has only 12 seconds. Yeah.
Bishop. Was there something wrong with bishop f2?
No, bishop f2 is queen f5. Rook c2 is kind of a sneaky little move there.
It is okay to play for tricks when you have 5.9 seconds left.
Now he's getting mated though. Unfortunately.
Oh, very nice. We could even allow him to queen.
Unfortunately, didn't work. Good game, really nice game. I think he almost came back.
Yeah, and good conversion by Stunning Frame.
Stunning Frame, yes, you can challenge Coach Emmanuel. He's closer to your rating of 2407. Would be a really nice match, and we would like to watch it too. I see Grandmaster Arun Chess is online. We should challenge him. he might be in a class though. Alright, Coach Emmanuel is not playing any game.
Guys in the chat, you challenge just by going on chess.com. You look up either of the two coaches, Emmanuel or Luis, and you send them a challenge. And they'll accept it if they're not playing anyone else. So he probably declines because he's playing a game, if I had to guess. Yes, he is in a game.
AP saying mostly bishop f6, yeah? But knight takes f6 was a lot more reasonable, that's right. Mahir is saying I want to challenge Coach Arun. Oh, we do get a game from Stunning Frame and Coach Emmanuel. Nice. Let's see who has Coach Luis now. Mahati is in, and she's playing against Coach Luis.
Which game are you looking at right now?
Right now, we're looking at Emmanuel playing against Stunning Frame. It's a French. Actually, it's a knight c3 French. I have no idea about these lines. From the looks of it, it looks like black is already winning. Did he just drop a pawn on e5? Because knight takes e5 loses to queen g5 check, yeah? And he loses a piece.
Yeah, it looks tough. Hard to even stop.
So this looks... e4, knight takes e4. Why did he play e4?
Oh, knight takes e4. Oh my goodness.
But he missed knight takes e4. Now white is completely lost, yeah? Down a piece. Maybe queen b5. Still surviving queen b5. But he resigned immediately. But I think a couple of interesting moves were missed there. They got a new match immediately, so I guess it took me out of it.
Yes.
He didn't even let me go through the previous positions. Let's go to Coach Luis against Mahati. We have a nice closest Grand Prix, yeah?
Yes. So is this where black goes crazy on the queen side and white goes crazy on the king side, or?
Yep, and usually the king side wins.
How can that be? There's no king over there.
Yep, that's the usual question, right? The famous question of why are you attacking on the queen side again?
Well, why do you attack on the queen side?
Well, You attack anywhere there is weakness. Yeah? I mean, you just play for your opponent's weakness, not just look at the king. I've had lots of interesting questions about this. In fact, the biggest misconception about chess is about the king, right? I think everybody just thinks that you just play for the king and that's it. And
I thought that's what you thought, Magesh. I thought that's what you did every game. You just checkmate.
Try to checkmate. That's right. Yes, in my very first tournament, I won every single game in Scholars Mate.
Wow, it's a powerful weapon.
It's a very strong weapon. In fact, I'm probably playing chess because of that. That had such a deep impact in my play. I was like, wow, I'm winning.
That's success.
Yes. Okay, so we got bishop h6. By the way, he played queen g4 and then f5. Usually they go like f5 directly. They don't even care about the pawn. Okay, knight g4 hanging in there with the block. I mean, this looks very, very uncomfortable for black. Probably just come back, yeah? Bishop f4. Looks pretty good after bishop f4, and maybe I'm going to kick. Oh, okay. He went bishop takes g7. Followed by h3, I think.
But now, I mean, the g-pawn, well, or I guess you capture on f5 first. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I think Coach Louis might have missed something. h3 has f4 now. Strong move.
Oh, f4.
f4. He doesn't win the piece. He still has a huge attack, but he doesn't win the piece for sure.
Right.
So f4, queen f4, and knight g e5, yeah? And what do you have? You have queen g3 check, I go king h8. It doesn't look so clear to me. I might prefer black. Anytime I see a sacrifice and I'm not so sure about a win, I'm going to be like, I want the material.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem, I mean, white doesn't have a lot of pieces attacking there at least. All right, but black is thinking for a very long time.
Oh, okay, he has only 11 seconds left. So I guess the game is quite interesting, but... good.
He did find f4.
It took a long time, but eventually found f4. All right, I mean, I think the time is very low there, yeah. So I am going to go back to this game. Stunning frame and Emmanuel. Looks like black is dominating with the knights. How did that happen?
Yes, that is a crazy, crazy strong knight. And the worst thing is he's got a friend backing him up on e5, so I can't even trade it off, right?
That's right. I was just backing up a little bit to see what happened. So the knight came from d3 and then got in. Yeah, you're right. The good news for white, though, is again, a pair of bishops, the theme that Coach Emmanuel has been using today. And I have some hope on light squares. Ooh, rook d5. Look at that Petrosian kind of exchange sacrifice. I doubt it's going to work, though, yeah. At this point, I'm beginning to think that it's basically winning for white. I mean, the exchange, sacrifice, and the active knights are good, but the dark squares are super weak. Too bad. Unless, did he blunder bishop takes... No, bishop takes... What happens to bishop takes b3? Bishop takes b3, maybe just bishop takes e5.
Yeah, bishop e5.
What's f4? Pawn takes, he wants to throw knight f3. No, knight f3 check, bishop takes f3, so. Oh, pawn takes f4, knight takes f4, yeah. So the queen makes its way around. Okay, now what is going on? Why can't I just take?
Just take on e5?
If I take on e5,
yeah.
Knight takes e5 is forced, I guess. Oh, queen g6. Oh, he missed queen g6. Queen g6 is just winning, right?
Yeah, you just
queen g6, king f8, bishop d6. He does win the rook on f1, but he wins the thing. But okay, white's still winning. It's funny how he just doesn't want to give up that knight. And he played a pretty decent move. Now, bishop d4, yeah? Bishop d4 is the only move. Oh, or rook takes d3, yeah. Probably stronger. That'll be cool if black has a pawn on d3 and g2 and white's still winning.
Yes.
It might be the case here. I don't see how he'll break through. Okay, so just rook d1? No, rook d1. Yeah, rook d1 should win. Ooh, risky move. But probably winning. Because queen c8 is threatened. Queen c8. Or queen g7. That was a pretty close game. I liked it. I liked how close that was.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some domination with black knights, but somehow Kochi is always very tactical. Yeah, just sneaking his way through. All right. What do you think, Coach Henry? Time to start accepting some challenges?
I think so.
Yep, I think let's do it. Well, I got one from Stunning Frame, so I'm going to play one game, which was supposed to happen last time. Let's play one game. And
I'm going to play Bobby Shoddy.
You got Ayush?
Yep.
Got a Catalan in here. Okay, B6. What can I do? Let's just take. This looks like I should. Can I go 95? Yes, let's go 95. Classic case of activity, playing for activity. What can I do? Knight takes, I can take with the pawn. It is 94. Okay, let's take this. Oh, he takes with the knight. Was not expecting that. I just have to start playing a little faster, I think. It's a little too slow. Okay, let's just go for simple trades. He doesn't want it. Okay, fair enough. Let's play this so there are no tricky businesses with d4. Want to play against the bishop on b7. Okay, now we really force trade. Should I take with the pawn? Seems like a good idea, why not? Okay, I could take that anytime, but I don't want that pawn, so I'm just simply going to do this. Get my rook in place. And start putting pressure, that's all we want. So much better position, but low on time. It's going to be a little tricky. 30 seconds is quite tricky. Let's see if I can catch up on time. Interesting. What do we have here? He basically wants to create some pressure here. I don't see anything going on. There's no queen g4. So what do we have here? It looks like a free pawn for now. So I'm going to stick with it. Okay, still no checks, still no problems. So let's just do that. Okay, time to bring in. And no more. Okay, let's get this guy out of the way. Maybe time to launch our own attack. Coach Luis is saying he clicked the pawn 1,000 times. Looks like something happened. I don't know. It's Sai says he flagged Coach Luis. Oh my god. Cannot let that happen, my friend. Cannot let that happen. Okay, what do we got here? This should be completely winning. Okay, let's start with e4. Okay, he's forcing a queen trade, which I think is kind of forced. I didn't really see that coming. Okay, let's for now just play simple. I think I do not want to complicate this. Let's try to kill that knight. go back. Nothing special. I don't want to do that, but how about that? And this. No g5. Let's get the king in. I'm a little lower on time again, but I should be able to manage this. Man, I'm so slow. Okay. Did I blunder? Might have just blundered. Ooh. Totally blundered it. Absolutely unnecessary. All right. Playing slow costs. Messed up a completely winning position. All right, now I'm gonna. I want to accept this one stunning frame, but I want to accept some games from my students. But actually, I have to accept one more because I lost a game. Cannot end that with a loss, so I am going to take one more. Okay, mission to play fast. Let's play d5. Pretty comfortable for black, I would say. Here's knight h5, but I'm not too worried about it. How did your game go, Henry?
I flagged Bobby Shoddy.
Ah, nice. Okay, let's
Not
stop
playing
this guy.
Grandmaster Saicharan V, at least according to his username.
Should I take it? Well, if he takes it, I take it. That's a big deal. Okay, let's swing our pieces around now. c5. Okay. Playing one of the slowest maneuvering games ever. I think he missed bishop e3. No, bishop e3 is okay. You're letting me play this, I'll do that. Should be just better right now. Still surviving this. How do we deal with this? Okay, there is nothing happening. Let's just improve, I say.
Oh my goodness, I've given an entire bishop to Sai.
Entire bishop?
An entire bishop for nothing. Okay.
What did I miss here?
That was not a good idea.
Let's take this.
Oh my goodness.
What is he doing?
An entire bishop.
Could probably do that. I like that more.
Sai, this is not good.
Bishop takes. Okay, fair enough. Let's just pick up this pawn. Get in that free tempo. Oh, what did I do? Ah, okay. I thought I kind of messed up, but it looks like I have. Probably didn't. Luckily. Kind of blundered my way out of a blunder. That's kind of interesting. So I can take and play this. That should be winning. Or I think I have checkmate, yeah? So, okay, let's go for checkmate. Okay, so that was a 1-1 tie. Let's call it that. Anyone else who wants to challenge me, guys? I'm going to accept 3 games now. So, Bobby Shoddy's in. Who else? Not starting yet. Chess Pen is in. I can take 1 more. I'm going to actually start games. Ah, knight c6. You sneak that move in. Okay, Schluck is in. Okay. Chess Pen has made a move. Why is everybody play knight f3, knight c6? Okay, why did he give me a free pawn? I don't know. Or it's one of those crazy openings. Oh, I know what he's doing. I hate this. Okay, I'm not touching that pawn. You can have that. You can have that, my friend. Let's just play something like a4. G3 maybe? Yeah, that looks solid. A5. So why not go A6? Okay, you want that pawn, I'm going to let you take it. He doesn't want it now. Okay, castle. Giving a free pawn. Wait, Shlok Chilap has played a 10-minute game against me. I didn't notice that. He wants to play for 10 minutes. Okay. I like your enthusiasm, but probably too long for this particular time control.
All right. I was down a full rook and piece against Mr. Sai, and he let me checkmate him. Sai, be more careful.
Wait, who was down a full? Were you?
I was down a full rook and piece against Sai. And a pawn.
And you got back into that game?
Oh, I just played for the same attack I was playing for before I hung all my material.
Okay. Yeah. What is this here? He wants to do something like this. Okay, let's play e4 first. The good news is there's only one game that I have to watch out for, which I have 2 minutes. Okay, maybe free pawn. Luis is saying I need revenge, and Saicharan is also saying I need revenge. How is that possible? Both of them want revenge. Okay, bishop h3 is what he's saying. Do I take the rook? No, I think I should just trade it like that. Simpler. Okay, so the queen goes back. He still wants to continue the attack. I say we offer a trade.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, I've been missing the last few games, Luis. Okay, I think this should win a piece. I'm going to go for it. I'm a little low on time against Bobby Shoddy. Have to be careful about it. He wants to take here. I think I'm going to let you take there and live dangerously. Okay, let's take with the pawn. Let's take that guy and offer a trade. Okay, he's giving me a free pawn, so I'm going to take it. Uh-oh, you missed the queen trade. Too many pieces, Bobby Shoddy. It's not going to be good anymore.
I guess every single student is playing knight g5 2 nights against me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they love it. I love it too.
I think it's one of those attacking lines, right? So they just like to try to win the game quickly.
They want to fried liver me. That's the dream. They want to play
exactly.
It's good. No, I mean it's a principled line, but I think you gotta have some respect for Black's attack there too.
Yeah, I think when they play that, they just assume that they're the only one who can attack.
Yes.
A small problem. Okay, so far it's good. I will make a blog on the game I played against Coach Luis, he says. Be nice, be nice. We all give you a chance to beat us. So if you beat us, be quiet about it. Don't tell anyone.
Magesh, something's weird in your game. You have more than 8 seconds left. What's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, you usually never have.
Oh, you scared me for a second. I was like, what? Like, I literally thought you were saying I have 8 seconds. Wait, I was going to do bishop takes g5. That would have been terrible. I have more than 8 seconds. That's true.
Dinesh, if you want to play that line, don't put your bishop on b3. You got to check me on b5. Check me on b5.
Okay. If you're down a lot of material, you can resign people. So I could probably get another game in with someone else. So you don't have to play until end. You're also not winning on time. So it's going to make me do the whole checkmate. I got...
All right, I can't resist. I'm going to accept stunning frame. Just so we can have a chance to beat every single coach. Although, actually, you did not beat Emmanuel, huh?
Stunning frame, I probably have to play one more batch with the other students. So I'm not, unfortunately, accepting a challenge yet.
Oh, I'm playing him.
Oh, you're playing him. Nice, nice. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let's see.
All right, so I got all my games out of the way. So last 3 games. Who wants to challenge me? Your last Boss Pineapple. Let's go, Boss Pineapple. Oh, if you just played me, I'm gonna wait. Okay, Boss Pineapple gets in. Glowing Gactor gets in. I can take one more. Okay, Sai Charan gets in. Okay, now I have to be fast and need revenge. Where can I play my move? Let me play my move. I got another knight g5 here. I don't know who's doing that. Who is this? Ooh, I was going to play knight d5. Sai Charan is doing that, and I was totally falling for the exact same thing that they want me to do. It seems like I'm up a move in this variation. I don't know how. Knight d5. Let's go d5. Knight h4. Okay, let's just take that guy and come back. Okay, take this. Castle. Okay, I say we defend this first. I think last time you fell for the same kind of problems. I think you play this and this knight g5 like Coach Henry is talking about. They play that and then they don't give enough importance to my attack, yeah? Mm-hmm. Not the best way to do it. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay, time to push in. Bishop went back and he's still surviving this. Somehow, miraculously, nothing is happening to his position, which I don't like. Okay, there's also a little bit of a problem. What do I do? Okay, let's just... I don't want to take that. Man, he's taking all my time. Shoot. I spent too much time on that game, on that move. I'm really low on time now. I should not have done that. Rookie mistake. Okay, 133, 133. Let's trade queens.
Oh my goodness. Somehow I'm up a piece against stunning frame, I think.
128. Why am I so low? Shoot.
Magesh, if I beat stunning frame, then by the transitive property of chess, have I beat you?
Yes, you have. That's how it works. Everybody knows that. Somehow I'm getting some free pieces in some games, so that's helping me a little bit. But otherwise, I think I'm totally busted. What are you doing, glowing actor? I have to finish some of these games. Come on, come on. Okay, let's take that. Ah, I might have blundered something there. Okay, bishop takes. Oh, I didn't. I thought rook takes a2 works, but doesn't work. Good. Okay. Boss pineapple is the one I have to watch out for. Absolutely crushing this, so I should not have any problems. Really? You want to do that? Okay, let's take that rook. Gotta play faster. Okay, check first. What should I do? Knight in. Shoot, I blundered my piece. Where is he going? He's going here. Oh no. Don't like this. Who's gonna flag me? Who's gonna flag me? Okay, I can't let that happen. Let's play the check.
Oh my goodness. I've drawn against Mr. Stunning Frame up a rook and a bishop by time. Which is karma for me beating side down the same amount of material. All right. Good game, Stunning Frame. No rematch. You're going to crush me on the rematch. I wasn't born yesterday.
You're not going to fall for that.
No. All right. We learned with 1 second left, I cannot beat with the rook and a bishop.
Ooh, no. Someone's going to flag me for sure. Who's flagging me? Wait, why did I get a rematch already? While someone's flagging me. This is not a time for a rematch, my friend. Wait, did I lose to someone? I drew against someone. Who did I draw? I don't know how the game ended in a draw. Come on. I ended up accepting a rematch. This is so crazy at this point, yeah? I don't know how I drew against Sai. I think something happened and I accepted a draw.
Well, that's why they offer, because once in a blue moon, you accidentally accept, right?
Well, I was checkmating him in like 3 moves. How did that end in a draw?
Did he lose on time and he didn't have any material or what?
No, I had material. He had material. Let me see. It looks like he has 1 second, I had 3 seconds, and somehow the game ended in a draw. It's kind of strange.
Ayush said it was stalemate. He said specifically stalemate. It was stalemate. Stalemate.
I stalemated it. Oh my god! I didn't even know I stalemated him. This is ridiculous. This is the funniest thing ever. Oh my god. Look at this. I stalemated him and I didn't even know. What was his last move? He played f4 check and I took with a king. Man, this is bad.
Funny.
Okay, Sai, not bad. It literally says stalemate, he says. Where does it say stalemate? I didn't see it. Okay, I guess the last game I'm playing is with Boss Pineapple. I'm going to finish this and wrap this up. This is quite a challenging thing to play three minutes. At some point, I'm just like freaking out. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Sai says he stalemated Coach Magesh. I think he got the terminology backwards there.
How did he stalemate me? I am the one stalemating. Well, depending on the perspective, yeah? Whichever way you want to look at it.
It draws a draw.
Yeah. That was a fun thing. Somehow they get me. At some point they get me. Sai says it was a rated game and he gained 1200. He's 1200 now.
Nice. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even get any rating points for drawing a stunning frame because I challenged me unrated.
How was that draw?
I was up the exact same amount of material that I was down versus Sai, and I flagged. So I got a draw. I was up a rook, a bishop, and a pawn with 2 seconds left. Stunning frame is very fast with the pre-moves. I think you even multiple pre-move me.
I was super slow in the first game. I was up upon winning some position. I was like super slow. But it's nice to see a regular player coming to our stream and playing with us.
Sai says he took a screenshot of the stalemate and he's going to bring it to chess class on Wednesday.
You better not. You better not. Gonna lose a lot of points for that. Remember that. The worst part is that position was sitting there and I was like screaming, saying, I don't know why the game was a draw for like 3 minutes. Because I didn't pay attention to the fact that it was actually a stalemate. That was so funny. Oh, I got a really cool checkmate. I think that made up for the stalemate. All right. That was fun. Was there a day that I had a perfect record? Well, this was only one draw, I think. Not bad. Only one draw against
that. You keep accepting more and more people to your simul until you do lose or draw.
Well, I think I've kind of pushed that. 3 minutes with 3 games is probably pretty challenging.
Definitely.
All right, so are you playing a game, Henry?
No, I'm all done.
You're done? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm done too. I think the last 3 games kind of pushed us through. I guess we will wrap this up here. This was fun as always, and good to see you guys coming here and playing the games against us. And we will see you next week. But you know what we're going to do? We're probably going to have a Kahoot. Like I said, I will mention that. Oh, Om just came in. Om, I'm sorry. We have to wrap it up. We're already like 20 minutes past. So I would love to play against you maybe next time, okay? Don't worry about it. You will definitely get a chance. So I'll schedule a Kahoot on this. You will know today exactly the time and what it is. So we'll do a fun Kahoot, probably about half an hour, and it'll be good for all of us to hang out and do that. The next stream we have is tomorrow at 5:30. We have our chess match against Chess Hobbits from Charlotte. Great team. Coach Karthik Rangarajan is the one who's putting the team together for Charlotte. And yeah, looking forward to this. Is the 3rd match we're going to play against them. And we lost the first 2, so hopefully we'll have better luck this one. So that's good. So thank you, Coach Henry. We'll wrap this up. I guess I'll see you next week, yeah?
Yep, sounds good.